What's going on, guys? So I got the headset out for no real reason other than I just wanted to try it um, with the camera right now because it's a different setup with the camera. It's a different phone that I've had now for a while. The Pixel 2. It's a different one, so I figured I'd try it one time. Um, so I just found out that um, Sea of Thieves has been given some really good ratings. Why? What the? Why is it games are giving like they're giving passes, and I don't mean season passes. I mean they're giving horrible games passes, and they're giving an okay to keep doing this to these companies to keep producing these horrific titles. And companies that make these games have a tendency to have a record of making really good games before these games. Sea of Thieves was made by a company that has a history of making really good content. Seriously, Rare made Conker's Bad Fur Day. They made Banjo and Kazooie before the 360 version, the two on Nintendo 64. Unfortunately, I think the Nintendo 64 was Rare in their prime. Once Microsoft bought Rare, they went downhill, unfortunately. Uh, I think that's just what happened. I mean, we did get the Rare replay, which had a lot of Rare's prime on it. But Sea of Thieves is in no way uh like it's nowhere near a 7. It's nowhere near an 8. Um on its best day, it's possibly a 5. And that's being generous. I'm sorry, there's nothing really there. There's no real uh excitement. I mean, think about it. You have a documented player who's invested time to actually go out and do things in the game and nobody give a damn. Think about that. If you have documented proof of players who have gone out and actually done what little there is to do in this game and nobody give a damn, can you honestly say the game is a 7 or an 8? I don't think you can. I think they're really pushing for that to happen just off the basis that this game is graphically, on some levels, visually appealing. Like, it looks good. The water in the game looks nice, but water in games has come a long way. It has. Um, and a lot of the aspects in the game, a lot of looking around in the game is nice. You can really take your time in the game and look around and, really get a visual, like, eye candy in the game for that game. Pardon me. But overall, with what we have and what we've seen from the game with reports from this game, I just don't see a 7. You have major YouTubers out there who, they have bought the game. They spent the full $60 on it. And unfortunately, I mean, I probably was the first one out there going, hey, don't buy this game at a full $60 when Xbox said that this game was going to be day one Game Pass. Unfortunately, this game proves that theory I was talking about 100% correct. That the value in these big AAA budget titles is just decreased on day one. And I swear to God that I hope it's not a continuation with Crackdown 3, with State of Decay 2. I hope Sea of Thieves is just a fluke, and that Crackdown 3, for as many times as that game got delayed, is good. I hope that State of Decay 2 is good. But if it continues to happen, then what I was saying when it comes to the Game Pass and day one launches with the Game Pass with Xbox One is 100% fact. You know, that they just took away a $60 value and they decreased it to $10, and you should never pay Xbox $60 for any title ever again. Okay, that's what I was pushing when I said that. I have videos saying that where Game Pass is a bad thing while at the same time being a good thing. Yes, Game Pass is great if you don't want to go out and spend all that money and you only want to play certain titles. You can get a look at what's there, and if the title's there, it's $10 a month. That's cool. You can play it and then be done with it. That's how I beat Devil May Cry DMC, the revamp of the original. That's how I played it because I didn't want to spend the money on the game after all the negative reviews. Just pay $10 and I got that game along with other titles that I can play. That's how that is a good investment. But for, a game like Sea of Thieves that has a price tag of $60 on day one to be released simultaneously day one on the Game Pass, that's a horrible thing to do because the more people start to realize it, and I swear, GameStop and Walmarts and Targets and Best Buy, they need to stand up and they need to voice that, hey, don't buy this game because if you invest in Game Pass, you can get this game for $10. And I know that it sounds bad to say that because, hey, they're not making any money, but they're not making a shit ton of money off of the new versions of these games anyway. A lot of their money comes from the used market with GameStop anyway. If they start voicing that, then, you know, who cares? You know what I mean? But then we see a decrease in how much we spend on these games overall. You see what I'm saying? Especially on the Xbox side of things. And then what we'll start seeing is developers having to go in and having to rewrite how much their games are at launch due to the huge mistake Xbox is making here. Especially if it happens again with State of Decay 2 and Crackdown 3. Because we don't have those yet. And all we have is Sea of Thieves, and all we can base this on right now is Sea of Thieves. And if it happens with Crackdown 3 and it happens with State of Decay 2, we're gonna have to stand up and we're gonna have to acknowledge that, and we're gonna have to make them acknowledge this because there's no way Sea of Thieves is worth $60 when it's on Game Pass day one at launch. Nobody should have been paying $60 for that game. I'm sorry, but all of you who follow me on here, if you follow me on Mixer, if you follow me on Twitter, then you know I truly believe Sea of Thieves, even before it launched, is not valued at $60 because it's on Game Pass. At best, it's probably $30 because you can get it on Game Pass, and that's $10 a month. So, Xbox, unfortunately, you are your own worst enemy here because you're losing that value. So, and with the fact the game is the way it is right now, launch, and I know the game's been out for a minute, but even still, it's still basically launched. They've not really done anything to improve anything right now. There's been no real anythings to say the game has been improved a hell of a lot. And the fact the reports are that, hey, there's been a couple of players that went out and they actually did stuff and nobody really give a damn. Those kind of things hurt your overall marketing, your overall Game Pass, your overall bottom line. Those things hurt everywhere. They're not helping anything. Yes, they'll help the subscription to Game Pass. That's it. But they'll hurt your bottom line in sell for in-store purchases because who's going to go buy Crackdown 3 physical? because now it's on Game Pass. Everyone's going to be looking, is it coming to Game Pass? There's no reason to go in store and buy that damn game. Is it coming to Game Pass? Is it day one Game Pass? Yes. Why would I buy it in store? What's the reason? That's the problem you're presented, and that is a big problem. And a lot of your first party developers are going to be going, we can't do that. We cannot have this game go directly to Game Pass. And they're also going to be set with the problem of us, the customer, going, you can't have these problems on day one launches because we see these problems and it's a big issue. So hopefully it's just with Sea of Thieves, because I'm telling you, if Crackdown 3 launches with those kind of issues, there might be a huge drop at Microsoft that you just can't recover from. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.